All right, we Gucci, everybody?
You going shadeless today, Jimmy?
Oh, shit. Y'all got to remind me.
Dang, Jimmy, how we ready and you ain't?
Exactly.
You the first one here.
Exactly.
You the man.
Sure. Right.
The following statements you are about to hear are not made to offend or hurt anybody's feelings, although we may discuss serious topics. It's all entertainment, man. In all reality, don't take too serious. Have fun, laugh a little bit, relax. Let's talk about it. Shades Talk.
All right, y'all. We back. Another show, Politic'n with Shades.
Yeah.
We're going to go give flowers to the crew. We got Lena on mine.
What's poppin'?
Shag is back again.
Shiggity shag.
And Prop.
Peace world.
Yes, sir. All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about, we went into talking about children and the entitlement of our kids, and are we raising them to be, what's the word you said? Probably say either entitled or spoiled.
Yep. Shaq
Entitled or spoiled, right?
Yeah.
Props to Shaq for bringing it up too. Like, it is a difference. So let's have a combo.
It is different. Spoiled, I feel like it's what we do when we're like, we want you to have a different life, all these opportunities, like, you know, we talked about like, hey, as long as your grades is good and you're doing what you're supposed to do at home, like the world is your oyster. I will provide it all and do all of it, all the activities and all the gizmos and gadgets and all that stuff. But like entitled is like when you start thinking I have to, like you running the program. Oh no, or you are the program.
That part.
No, ma'am. We're gonna have to get that together, because that's when you no longer have activities. You get to go to school and you get to come home. You get to wear clothes, but they're not going to be this. I'm required to put clothes on your back, food on your belly, and a roof over your head.
Exactly.
It is not required to be designer, and it is not required you know what I mean? I tell my kids all the time, like, they like food in the belly, clothes on back, roof over head. Great. And when y'all don't, y'all come in and them rooms be bare. It's just you, your bed, and your dresser.
It could definitely be ramen noodles and water. And no TVs in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but no, that's real what you're talking, because hey, I put them on blast. I just went to 2 parent-teacher conferences yesterday, man. And I got, and being a boy dad, I know you're gonna spit because everybody got baby girls in here on my side. Props to the mom, the daughters and everybody. But like, especially raising black boys, you know what I'm saying? You really gotta understand entitlement can be a detriment. And it can affect you when you get older. So it's on me to definitely separate the two and have them understand like what we expect of you and the respect. Small example, how you treat your moms. You know what I'm saying? Like my 15-year-old, I love them to death. You know how they get, they start smelling themselves a little bit. They handsome, they out here athletic, they sports, but you also got to remember where you come from. You know what I'm saying? You also got to remember how you move and the decisions you make, how it affects yourself and affects your family around you. So I know we're going to dive into it, but yeah, it's definitely a thin line between entitlement and being spoiled. And like Shaq said, how we all grew up and the things we went through, we want to make sure our kids don't go through that. So we go triple overtime to make sure they get what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jay's at a young age and coach and all of that. But I digress.
I think that, so I have a lot of little cousins, and then I have, my son got a lot of little friends that I've adopted as nephews.
Right.
And I used to take them out and we'd go on these workouts and whatnot. And then after the workout, we have big meals and whatnot. So then I started noticing they were starting to expect certain things. You know what I mean? So I remember one day we went to the boxing gym, and it was like a quick introduction to the boxing gym. It wasn't like a hard, because sometimes I go out there, I'll work them out for real. Yeah. And then I'll be like, this is y'all's reward for putting in the effort. You know what I'm saying? But this was like a quick workout for them to go fun, put the gloves on, whatever. And then one of them was like, man, can we go to such and such? It was like some expensive ass restaurant. And I was like, nah, we probably gonna get Wendy's. He was like, Wendy's?
What? Did you go for Wendy's?
Well, I'm just like, oh, I said, what? Hold on. I said, oh, you entitled now.
You about to eat for free.
Yeah, I'm saying you can eat for beggars can be choosers.
Right.
Yeah, my son even had to say, like, bro, we just,
tripping.
like, you about to fuck it up for everybody.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And all our blessings.
Yeah. But what I noticed that this younger generation, bro, is that honestly, they lightweight kind of some scammers. And this is why I say that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speak on it.
This is why I say that,
Speak
bro.
on it.
Because they will call. They don't have no shame in their game.
Oh God.
None at all. Like, honestly, I didn't have those uncles or aunties that I could just call when I was coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our relationship just wasn't that close. So I didn't have that. So I'm not used to it. I wasn't used to that. So they have that, but they abuse the hell out of it.
Facts.
They will make 5 or 6 phone calls in a row and be getting little money from everybody.
Yep.
And I watched them do it one day, and I told them, I said, y'all gotta, it's like crying wolf, because what's going to happen is that when y'all need something from somebody, they're not going to do it for you because you've already abused it. And I'm telling them this in real time because I was like, this is what's going to happen with me. And our relationship, I'm letting y'all know now. So then they called me the other day talking about, hey, we at the mall and we don't have no money, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, all right, let me stop you there. I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
He said, but we broke. We just need something. We'll pay you. We'll work it off. We'll work it off. Also, I'll let you know when I got some work for you.
Yep.
And I said, but what you should do is that just sounds like bad decision making. What's your broke ass doing in the mall anyway?
Exactly.
Phil, what you doing up there, period? God bless. And I hung up on him.
Yeah.
Gotta add God bless. Gotta add the God bless.
Literally, my older nephew, he just turned 16. He played football, and me and him always been locked in, really close. I'm favorite auntie to everybody, and called me, hey auntie, I get a couple dollars. Yep, I always make him work for it because that's what I had to do.
For sure.
So he had called me one time, and I ain't have a job for him. So I'm like, all right, I'll give you $10. I sent him $10, and after that, he kept doing what you said. They take advantage. They try to get everybody $5 here, $10 there, whatever. And he called me, and from that point, I'm like, well, you still owe me because I gave you that
Big
little
facts.
10 spot.
Right, yeah.
And every time he would call, I would be like, well, you still owe me. And I guess he just decided to stop calling altogether, which I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Do you
too.
know, like, when I see him, it'd be weird. And I'd be thinking that he'd just be like trying to be funny or whatever, like we just joking. But no, the dude is really mad at me. Like, he's really, like, not talking to me. So my mom's birthday, she had a birthday party a couple weeks ago, and I literally had to cuss him out. Like, he got disrespectful. I'm like, it's to the point where now you're being disrespectful because I'm not just going in my pockets and giving you stuff or whatever because you grew entitled, and now you feel like, you know, I owe you something because I'm your aunt. I'm like, bruh, when I was young, my aunt was the best aunt to me. Like, she's the best aunt in the world. But, and we worked for stuff, but like, we wasn't disrespecting our aunt, and we didn't never feel like we was entitled to it. But the kids, like y'all said, these days it's something else. Me and him really beefing right now. Like, I told him I have nothing to say to you because he straight disrespected me. I'm like, dude.
It's crazy. And like, that's unfortunate because you're like, all the times I did.
Right. And you still owe me because I gave you that last 10.
Yeah. And it's like, so when you feel like it stops, now all of a sudden the relationship is different. It's like, see, this is why we got to recalibrate this and go from there. And then you're like, as parents, you like, when do you pull back from it, even if they're not acting entitled, because you just want them to be able to like work for it and get that ingrained. And that's like, all of us know how to grind and get it because we had to, like, you know, you had to work for getting this money. And it's like, okay, I don't want you to get into the world and just assume like everything will be easy or it'll be a handout or like, and it's like that perfect balance of like certain things. Like my oldest daughter, like they both did dance and she was in the summer and she was having a summer, y'all. I was like, ooh, this is trying me in every sense of the word. And she was just lying. I mean, she's younger too, right? So I remember being like, cool, I don't like having this conversation about you lying all the time. So we're not going to do dance in the fall. And she was like, what? And she was like, well, and I said, you can't talk to your dad, you can't talk to your grandparents. Nobody's overriding that. You're not doing dance, right?
Yeah,
and and we'll talk about it next season.
Down.
Yeah.
And she was just like, that moment for her was like, oh no, she's serious about this.
Yeah. Like she can actually do this.
And I stood on it, right? And I felt bad. There was a little mom guilt in me. It was like, she really, really loves dance. But I was like, no, if I tell her she's not going to do dance and that is your repercussion for lying, and I then double back and be like, all right, cool. She'll be like, my mom won't hold the ground for anything else she was ever going to tell me again. So we didn't do dance. True. And she was just like, when season came up again, she was like, no, I don't want to do dance anymore. And it's not because I just didn't do dance, because she had everything she still needed to do it at home. I'm just not paying for you to be disrespectful.
Right.
And now it's like, she'll be like, I'll tell you the truth before I lie. I'd rather get in trouble for the truth because I know the lie is gonna get something taken away from me. I'll pull you out of mid-season for something.
Plus the guilt that comes along with lying, though. Like you feel that until the truth is finally the truth will set you free.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah.
So it's like, you might as well just go ahead and tell me the truth. Keep it real.
And establish that. But it's like, but also like we were talking about, like, we have daughters, right? And like my dad got my youngest, who's 7, this Coach purse in the hat. And he did it with my oldest when she turned 9. And so now this is like a standard. I know my kids are going to be looking at my dad every birthday like, Poppy, wear the Coach bag. I know it's somewhere, right? And it's cute. It's great. It's a wonderful standard for them and whatever. It's so that, when they get older, some boy can't come and be like, I got you Coach bag. Like, cool, great. I've been doing that since I was 7. Right. And so you're, setting this standard for them. But I also don't want them to be materialistic and be like, if you can't do certain things for me, then you're not worth my time. Because once upon a time when I was young and dating their dad, that wasn't necessarily what he could afford at that time. Right. My dad is in his 50s, a good job, like, you can go, you can spend it. But like somebody putting in effort and being intentional with you is what I want them to learn. But like, it's going to be hard. I know whoever going to have to try to come down that road is going to
That might not be that bad of a thing though. Like, I think there's ways around like having conversations, but like, I think for us, like our community, I feel like for women too, like for little girls too, but just speaking from the perspective of a mom, a girl mom, like I do want my daughter to feel like she deserves the world, those type of things. Yeah. And I feel like because when you come from a struggle and you don't have it, sometimes the mentality is always, we gotta struggle, you know? And I feel like if they're getting, like if she's being shown that now, that, you can get nice things and it doesn't have to be, anything more, anything less. So when she does go out and a boyfriend comes down her path, she'll have some standards for herself. So to a degree, it's not a bad thing, but I think more so just having a conversation to talk about. Yeah. Like, this is, everybody don't got this. So, be appreciative of it when you do.
So as a boy dad, right, I got a question. All right. And before that, I'm gonna throw a disclaimer because I know y'all hardworking moms. I feel like y'all instill that into your daughters. Every girl mom don't.
Right.
So as a boy dad raising sons, right, you teach them value, priorities. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Like any daughter coming around my sons, they gonna have a gentleman. Like that's law. You know what I'm saying? But and we had this conversation earlier because I had to talk about my son about some things on some simp shit. Because I mean, I'm just curious because it's like at the end of the day,
like a sucker, son.
Please don't, because your value is your value, and you know what I mean. What you put in, you should also receive as well. You know what I'm saying? So because as you see through social networks, as we go, this society is different. This younger generation is different. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I be like, damn, I be worried because the choices around here. You know what I'm saying? Because of how it's a trickle down effect. How they're raised in their household. Like, know your word, put you on a pedestal, but they're not being taught how to put in also into the relationship. So like you know what I mean? So I just want to know your thoughts on that. You know what I mean? How y'all get down, and as far as along with teaching your daughter that yes, demand your respect, let them know you not to be played with, certain things you ain't gonna go through, but also on the same token, you gotta give you know what I'm saying? You gotta give as well. So y'all thoughts on that. Y'all see where I'm going with it.
So for my daughter, like the good thing is that her dad plays he's a big part of the picture.
Dope.
And so like he's more assertive.
Okay.
And when it comes to certain things, like as much as I do sometimes tend to make a way for her, we both together show her that, you know, you got to work for what you get.
Right.
And I always tell her all the time, like, Atlantis, I didn't have this when I was your age.
Right.
When I was so I always remind her or let her know, hey, what you have is a lot more than what a lot of other kids have. And like sometimes I've even gone as far as to like pull up YouTube videos to show her this is it. Because sometimes visuals are very helpful.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
And so when you do, like, I've had a boyfriend in the past, the way that I treated him, she also was paying attention to that.
Yeah.
And so when it also how he treated me, she paid attention to that.
Yeah.
So like I remember one time we were at a park and I had to have my hip replaced, but I couldn't walk. He put me on his back and he walked me to the car. So I kid you not, this is funny. I'm sorry, I'm just detailing a little bit. She got up when she first started kindergarten. She must have made it a point to let the boys know, like, y'all gotta put me on y'all's back and y'all gotta pick me up. So she got off the bus one day and a little boy was carrying her off the bus.
That's
you know what? I'm not
That's fine.
I'm gonna start this right here, right now.
I saw my mom and dad.
Exactly.
That's how you do it. You know what I mean?
So I feel like the parents play a role, like adults that
the visuals,
you
what the kids
put
see.
around them.
Right,
they pay attention to the relationships that other people have, and they take notes from that naturally. So I think that can help.
I think teaching them about that, right? I tell my daughter the same thing, like, I didn't have this option. I didn't do this. And even for like little things like Christmas, we bag up all the things we don't use anymore and we donate it, right?
Yep.
So they understand, they're grounded. I think as much as we talk about how dad set the standard for little girls, I think that mom they pick up on what you do, right? So like when I was married, they're like, oh yeah, you know, they would see affection. They would see, oh, we're out and about, like, oh, let me get this for your dad because your dad just likes this, right? And so it's like, you see him do nice things for me, you should see me do nice things for him. And it's a reciprocation type of thing. And that's just kind of what they've been around. So I think like they understand that the way that they would be treated from a man, there's a certain kind of thing that you would do, like you reciprocate it, like you pour and you love into them in whatever kind of way that is. They don't know that's what it is, but they're watching it. And
they'll mimic it as they get older.
They pick up on it. Like if you don't feel good, you ever notice if you don't feel good, your kids will do exactly what you do to them when you don't feel good. And it's the same exact thing. Like, oh, you know, that's just so whatever. Or, you know, my daughter started realizing like, oh, we don't open up car doors, right? So if their dad wasn't with us, they'd be like, Mom, you want me to get the car door for you?
Aww.
You don't have to get the car door for me, right? But it's because they notice those kinds of things. And like, if they're going to get up and they're with their dad and he's, you know, watching a game or something, like, Dad, you want me to get you a bottle of water? Are you thirsty? You know, do you want me to grab you some chips? It's because they watch their mom do it. So it's like,
visuals.
it's the visual. Yeah. So I think your
Mm-hmm.
son's being a gentleman, like, you attract what you are, right?
Absolutely.
So they're going to be these gentlemen to these girls, and they're probably going to be the same exact way back towards them, right? Like, and I think if you find yourself in a predicament where he's pouring into something that, you know, and he's not getting poured back into, I think you can kind of have that conversation. And maybe it's just not something that he knows to articulate to that person, right? We've all been in the place where we just didn't know what we didn't know yet. Like, I knew to do this, but I didn't know to do that. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Y'all hit it on the head. The visuals, setting the examples. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, try not to argue in front of them. Learn how to respect. This is how you treat a woman. You know what I mean? Like I set the example through me. We continue to push forward. Jimmy, on your end, as a girl dad, I would love to hear your aspect of it because you know when the homie in the Bad Boy movie came to knocked on the door. You know what I mean? I just see you on that type of time, my guy. Like,
so Shag hit something that I never really thought about, and we're gonna talk about that later.
Okay,
but that's gonna lead to something else.
Who you here for, little nigga?
But I agree exactly. I agree with them in reference to you got to provide images for the kids so they know what to look for. But at the same time, I in my mind, I'm looking at it like, how do I prevent her from being with somebody like me in my early days? You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying I was a bad, but you know,
right. I get
when
what
you're younger, you just ain't. You feel me? You're not.
You're not where you are now.
I'm not where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Maturity wise, mentally, and all that stuff. Especially when you out running the streets, it is what it is.
Right.
But I'm not so much. Yes, I want her to know what a high value man is, for sure. But I more so want her to know what a high value woman is.
Absolutely.
Within herself. So it can flip because I do spoil my kids. It is, and my daughter gets a double down because she's a girl. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm sorry, son, but you know this. You live with me. You already know. But I don't want her to use that as a measurement of, is this dude, you know, is he the right one?
Yeah.
Because he can afford to buy me expensive things. That really don't mean shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because he can still treat you like shit. And that's
that's true.
Maybe because he's not a high value person. That's what he banks his that's what he has to do. Yeah, to get you. So that's why I kind of don't want her to be. I do want her to be treated like a princess and know that you do deserve the finer things in life. But I also don't want it. I want her to be aware that that's a part of the game too. You know, when a dude flashes money at you and you don't really know him off top, you got to be aware of that because there might not be nothing under the hood. You know what I mean? He might not have nothing to substance, and that's where it stops. You know what I mean? So it's like a very dicey game, and you trying to teach him the game. Really, I'm trying to teach her the game because I'm a girl dad, so I know it. Like from the other side, I'm trying to give you the keys to be like, you might get your heart broke. I can't stop you from getting your heart broke. That's not what I'm saying. That's a part of life. But I can prepare you for not being that 50-year-old wife that's getting ready getting divorced and don't have nothing to her name and doesn't know how to take care of herself, doesn't have, you know what I'm saying, a career for herself, you know. So prepare yourself to be the best version of you. And then that way you can match other people's energy.
Yeah.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
I think that self-worth part is so important.
It's huge.
Because you watch people who money leads it. And so it's like, well, he's not really affectionate. He's not nonchalant. He doesn't pour into me. He actually hurts my feelings. He's mean, but he bought me this Louis.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't have to work. I'm being taken care of. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I would take the person who's middle class, middle high class, whatever, who works, who treats me well, who will come in and be affectionate, and who knows what I like. And one of the biggest things I think when you get older, you realize it's the small things.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, I knew you liked this, so I saw it and I got it for you. I love those moments because I'm like, oh, I was on the brain, or this thing made you think about me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not about like, you know, money. And I think that's for boys too, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, absolutely.
I think for boys, it's older women with money. And so now it's like, you know what I mean?
That's a deep,
Sugar
darker
mama.
criminal link, boy. That's another kind.
And so it's like, oh, she's doing this and this. And I've watched it happen. I'm like, this is a crazy
Auntie
dynamic. And it's like, oh, you want the new PlayStation? I'm like, don't you feel weird? Or like,
that's crazy.
Well, that's a boy. I mean, but that's an unmature. I'll say that because I know sometimes people take offense to that.
But what I'm saying is that whatever it is, like I've seen women be like, oh, cool, you like this? I'll buy this. Oh, you like this? I'll buy like, oh, you want to go here? I'll buy us plane tickets to go because you want to go. And I'm like, which is nice. I think men should also be treated like that, right? And I don't think when men treat women like that, it's like, I hate this whole, I know you said earlier, simping and like conversations. I was like Russell Wilson versus Future, and it's like, you know what? I will be here all day, but it's like,
get you a Russell girl.
Yeah. You know what?
I want to Russell. I'd rather have
get you a Savannah. Absolutely.
I like a Savannah, a Russell. And so it's like, okay, as long as you get somebody who's pouring into you, like I don't see anything wrong with either direction of it. But I feel like when guys want to treat their girls nice, it's like, oh, I get my girl flowers because she like flowers. Bro, you such a simp. You always giving her flowers. They're just gonna die. Like, okay. And it's like, or you come and you're like, yeah, I rub my man's feet. Like, you did what? That's giving wife treatment. And you're not I'm like,
Nah.
Y'all got to figure this out. Like, there's got to be a balance.
I think it's how you pour in, and everybody has their own preference on what that pour in looks like.
Yeah.
Some people's preference is you pour into me with diamonds and materialistic things because I'm a material girl. But then there's those that like me, sounds like you too. Like, I'd rather have the simp than to have somebody who's probably running around town doing all the things that he's doing for me to everybody else just to get what he wants out of it.
Yeah.
Marriott Go Kart, remember?
And,
There, exactly, Jimmy.
And to clarify, to clarify real quick, because everybody got their own preference and definition. As far as simping, I'm talking about when you're pouring in the woman and it's not getting poured back into you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Doing things for your women is not sipping, rubbing her feet, giving her flowers, got a bad day, let's go get a drink, mind some lunch. That's not simping. That's holding your relationship down. You know what I'm saying?
Why was they calling Russell a simp?
I feel like he's too soft.
I'm curious because I feel like it was because of the fact that he was on the surface or what they thought, because even the one dude tried to break it down as to why he was calling him a simp.
A homie from Pivot.
From Pivot. He was saying like, he's corny, he's a square and all of these things. And I'm like, well, I mean.
I think, go ahead. You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with him, to be honest with you.
I think, that's what I'm saying. It was
it's not him, it's the counterpart that he was with. And then they knew her dating history.
Hold on, you mean Ciara?
Yes, Ciara. So you comparing him to what you think she is and was,
right,
and where she's from, right?
Okay,
that's what I think it was, because he could have been with anybody. If he would have got him a Patrick Mahomes wife, nobody was sitting there.
He was.
He started off with it. He started off with it.
Okay, started off with it, but did anybody say anything? Was it Russell?
No one said anything about Russell Wilson when he was married to a white woman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you feel me? Exactly. So why, when it comes to our women, now he's a simp?
Right. Or now you're calling it out.
Because that's kind of a deep-rooted thing, because you feel like she was with this rapper, right? And supposed hood, and everybody on that show probably considered themselves some form of hood or whatever because of the neighborhood they was from. But why is that simping? That's kind of like, honestly, I kind of find that super disrespectful.
I do too.
To me and to everybody that looks like Russell, like any minority, because why do we got to put ourselves in these boxes? So when he's treating this woman right, now it's to be clowned on. Or why? Because he's treating a black woman right. Now he should be clowned. Like, what is it about it? Because I don't know nothing about what he's doing. I don't consider it simple. That's his woman. That's literally his woman.
You know what I think it is? I think it's the insecurities within the person that said it. Because if you are who you are, you see this man, Ciara's beautiful. You probably looked at Russell before he got Ciara, and you was probably thinking he's a square. But a square, in your eyes, bagged this beautiful woman, and it's making you feel all type of ways on the inside. Because you're like, oh, the square bagged her. Now I'm going to start calling him a square and try to call him out because it's insecurities within this person. It's internal insecurities that guy has because he don't have a Ciara at home. And and I think this is what happens in our community a lot, even from the female perspective. Like if a girl gets, or if a handsome guy messes, or a ugly guy gets a pretty girl, it's the same thing. It's just insecurities. Like, just let people be happy. You can't call the man a square because he's highly successful, more successful than the person who made the comment. And Ciara's successful as well.
For sure.
So the jealousy is crazy.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
We potting. Let's pot. If due to the history, we saw like the type of dude Ciara was dating and was rocking with, right? And also, it's like, just to add a conversation, it's also more to the story as well, because his reputation as a quarterback and how a lot of people see him as a leader too, because he kind of like separates himself.
Right.
Like everywhere he went, it's kind of was a story about how he didn't really get along with the team. A lot of stuff can be involved. As far as, hey, let's go have fun, let's go rock out, let's go. As a quarterback, you got some as a team like, hey, let's go rah, I'm bringing everybody together. And some people lead in different ways.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people lead by example. They don't really talk. They don't really, and that can come off as standoffish.
Introverted.
You know it can come off as introverted. You know what I'm saying? So, so back to my question, if homie wasn't on a $50 million deal, would Ciara still be with him?
Probably not.
regardless?
So
I don't think so.
she might not be,
Okay.
but she would be with somebody like that. And the reason why I say that is you talked about her dating history. And what she's talked about is that what I liked did not work for me.
Exactly.
And I changed what I wanted for myself, what I wanted, and then what I was attracting and what I was going after or what I was allowing to be in my face did not align.
Right.
So I changed what I wanted to deal with.
Right.
Regardless if it was Russell Wilson, she would have been with someone who was treating her the same exact way because she wanted different. Also, no one had anything to say when Future was dogging her. No, not one podcast.
Well, they did. They had negative things. They called her stupid.
But so then she got smart.
Exactly.
But they weren't saying like he was it was like, girl, you should know more. You should want more for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, then she wanted more. And now it's the jealousy, right? People don't think that she deserves it or he does too much. He loves her out loud. Well, y'all watch this man dog her out loud, right? So like, why does it have to be a struggle in the love, right? That's the problem, is that y'all are painting this picture that if you are going to be particularly a couple of color.
What do you say, Shaq, to the folks that be like, Ma, you like the third, I think she's like the third or fourth baby mama. You ain't know what you was getting into.
For
a
Future?
lot of people, I could change him, girl.
Yeah,
I could change him. You know what I'm saying? So y'all respond to that. That's
I feel like the whole, she's a third, fourth baby mom, but I also feel like there's a level that you might reach after you've just been burnt down so much. That experience that she had with Future might have been it for her, like she's saying, like, and then she finally meets something that is sustainable, something that's feeding her, and now she's ready. I mean, I know that I've been in situations where like I've met somebody and it just love was different.
Right.
But I never even knew that love existed because I didn't grow up to see that love. I didn't have that love around me. But then when you see it, you really appreciate it. And maybe that's what it was. Like, I absolutely agree with you when you say that it might not have been Russell, but it would have, if she found somebody else that was showing her real love and giving her something that she didn't experience before, she'd probably still be there or she'd be in that space with that other person. But we all make our mistakes in relationships. And like for myself, like you get tired. Yeah. Like you really do get tired of the same thing. Like I tend to attract the same type of man. And I've noticed that about myself. I'm like, dang, every guy that approaches me, he's got the same type of a background. For some reason, something about me is attracting these people. Yeah. Now that I know that, I'm more aware of it. And so when it comes to me, I know how to pivot and I know how to navigate those situations. That's not for me. It hasn't worked so many times in the past. Okay. And that's probably where Ciara's at with it when she met him.
I grew up with my mom saying to us all the time, what's the definition of insanity? Yeah, it's repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Right. She did several rappers. I think she dated maybe 3 different rappers. Right. She was with Future. They had their
shout out Cleveland's finest.
And you
Bow
know,
Weezy.
it's oh gosh, Bow Wow.
Cleveland's finest.
Columbus.
Oh my bad.
Columbus.
No, they can have.
They can definitely have.
I'm not
Cleveland
saying.
Ave.
I'm not.
Cleveland
I'm
Ave.
not claiming it. I'm just
Jersey
saying.
on, my bad.
I thought he was from.
I know he's from Ohio.
That's all.
He's from Reynoldsburg, to be
There you
particular.
go. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Stay over there.
There you go.
But it's like, you go and say, I want something different. And first off, that's a whole nother thing. And you notice that people say it all the time, though. Like, if you could talk to anybody random. We just know Ciara and Russell because they're celebrities and it's out there. Yeah. But you see it all the time when people will be like, I dated this, and this, and this, and it didn't work. And then they change up what they end up dating and they find this happiness that they didn't think about before. I think it's the same kind of conversation as no one was really talking about Russell when he was with his wife, the first
Right.
wife, right? Because
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, okay, this
Mhm.
reads. And so now it's like, oh, okay, well, you went from this to a black woman. Normally, if it's the other way around, I was like, oh, you had this come up. I think it's the same
Yeah.
way for women. Like,
Mhm.
people were like, yeah, we love that Serena's with, you know, Drake and Serena's with this. Oh, okay, great. Those didn't work out. She got with Alexis and life has been swell. And it's like, it's because
Yeah.
she with a white man. Like, no, she's with somebody who's different than what she was dating
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
She did the artist. She was with Common. She was with Drake. Like, musicians, she's what she liked.
Right.
It didn't work well for her.
Yeah.
So she went and got something different. And now
Mhm.
she's in this happy place.
What it all boils down to, and I know you, Jim, you got to chip in. I want to hear what you got to say. But at the real, because this is all Fresh Prince fault. The nigga look like Carlton Banks. That's just what it is.
Who does?
That's just
Russell?
what
He
it
look
is.
like Carlton
Hey,
Banks?
yo, I'm gonna sleep on the floor. Remember when he went to the Will Smith play? That's the.
Wait,
that's all.
huh?
That's
So, listen.
I know what you're talking about.
I get what he's saying.
Hey, get what I'm saying?
Listen, a simp and a square are not the same thing.
No, it's not.
So I don't want to convolute those two things and put
They're
them
two
together.
different.
They're
Yes,
two
sir.
different things. You can be what you feel like is the illest nigga alive and still be a simp. You know what I mean? You could be a square and be a simp. I feel like, yes, he is a square. I do feel like that.
Oh, interesting.
And
Talk about it.
I don't think that if me and him were friends, we would be doing a lot of the things together. I would
Right.
probably dive into his world more than he would dive into mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
And
makes
that's
sense.
fine.
That makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying? I got friends like that. And I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy going to Squareville every
Yeah.
now
Oh,
and
my
then, for real.
goodness.
It's cool.
It's cool, bro. It's chill. You know what I'm
Drive to and
saying?
to.
Yeah.
Exactly. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll put on my little clear
You know?
clear frames and with my
Oh my
button
god.
up
Golfing.
in here.
Little cardigan.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
You know?
But
Ow.
It's a wonderful
Buddy.
yeah, but when it comes to like some of the
Splendid.
other stuff I like doing, he's not going to feel comfortable and
Yeah.
want to come out to them parts, which is fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a
Mhm.
bad thing being a square. There's nothing wrong with being
There's
a
nothing wrong
square.
with it.
There's nothing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he's a square. So I had this this comment prop people were telling me about last show, and I was like, you could have. I'm not asking for you to be the world. You know what I'm saying? I want the
Right.
key things to be covered in my relationship.
Yeah,
But damn, can we just have some fucking fun every now and then? You feel me?
that's right.
Like, you know, y'all seen the video of the kid, the little fat boy? He got arrested for
I just
stealing
want
the
to do
car.
ratchet shit with my fun shit.
I just want to go out and do hood rap
Little
stuff every now
Terrio,
and then. You feel me? Oh yeah, let me get my hood rap on. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm coming back. Like I gotta have them because that's just a part of me, and I have fun. I'm not gonna go all the way off the scale. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Straight too far away. But I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to places I like going. Cause I'm from where I'm from. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And those are the places and the people I enjoy being around. But I can do other stuff too. We can go to the art museum. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Balance.
Do you think that he's a square because maybe his upbringing was different? Is the square word used if the upbringing or if what someone might be used to is not either ideal or the same? I'll just say the same as what you are used to. Because I guess,
Mhm.
just because someone's, and I'm just asking the question, like, just because someone has a different upbringing and what they're raised around, it
Mhm.
molds them to be who and how they are, and they'll
sure.
like the things that they'll like.
Mhm.
So is that square?
So this is what it means to me
Okay.
as far as a square. If all right, and y'all probably all dealt with this at some point in time. You might go out on a lunch break with some coworkers,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all they might not be from Columbus. They might be from fucking Reynoldsburg, Hilliard, or wherever they're from.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all drive through a neighborhood close to your job that you're super familiar with. It's a regular neighborhood. To me, it's a regular neighborhood.
Mhm.
Say we in the Mount Vernon, or maybe we somewhere on South Parsons or wherever. And they start, oh, man, be careful when you get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of homeless people. Like, okay, it'll be okay. Let's go to Planks. Let's get this fucking let's get this fish sandwich. and then you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Because you're safe. Trust me. Trust me. I have better radar than everybody when it comes to dangerous shit, and you are safe. So they're just not familiar with certain shit, but they overreact to it. That to me is a square because you're not comfortable in these non-violent situations.
But
it's like, bro, like you got to live a little, and it's because you haven't experienced it.
And you haven't experienced. So, like, if I go to Baltimore,
right,
and I'm in an area, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, ooh, be careful.
Right.
Just making a note to myself.
But
that doesn't mean that ain't no dangerous space.
No, that's you using your previous experience.
That's me using my previous experience. But what if you don't have that previous experience?
That's where you're a square.
So that's why you're a square.
That's where you're square. You don't have the knowledge of it because some situations are dangerous, and you got to have your antennas up. I even talked about that last time. One of the funnest places I've ever been to was Baltimore. Honestly, and it was on a humbug trip. I was actually in Maryland, went down to Baltimore to go kick it, whatever. And this is back in the day. This is before smoking weed was legal and everywhere and everything. Bro, we in a pool hall, blowing down. We go to this little club, and it was like The Wire. It was literally like that. You go down the block, there's 100 niggas on the block. You know what I'm saying? Every block literally is like that. But it was cool. It was not something that I wasn't used to. It was just like, it kind of reminded me of being home. You know what I'm saying? I was just chill. Everybody was chill. There wasn't nobody looking for drama. That's just how it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You growing up and you're not. I remember I took a dude through my old neighborhood, Mount Vernon, and he asked me, how was it like, growing up here? Regular. It was regular. Yeah. Regular. You know what I'm saying? It was regular for me.
For us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how to answer the question. Oh, it was rough. It was a regular neighborhood with regular people with regular shit that happened in that neighborhood. That was regular for me. Now, it might not be regular for you where you're from, you know what I'm saying, or whatever neighborhood you grew up in, but it was just people just trying to have a good time. Yeah, you got to keep your antennas up in them situations, but if you're from that turf, you already know what to look for. So, yeah, I think you should always keep your antennas up. But me, I wasn't going in there like looking at everybody like, oh, God damn. Oh, shit.
And you think Russell would do that?
Oh, Russell's going to
So I think that we don't give Russell enough credit.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So I think that partly why I feel like people call other people squares is like, oh, you aren't black enough. You don't have these experiences that I would consider you being black, right? And I say that coming from, I went to Westerville City Schools, but I grew up in Linden, right? So like, there's nothing square over here about that, right? Yeah. And so like walking to the corner store and like, fighting and kicking it and, ducking because you hear shots was normal. Yeah. And then I went to Westerville and I'd go in there and it was like, man, she's rough. She's tough. Right. And then I'd go hang out with my cousin. They're like, you're so proper. Like, you're so and I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, and it just became this weird space. And so like, I get why people would call him square because they don't feel like he's hood or hood adjacent, right? And people will view him as like, you're black, but are you really? Right. I think that's a lot of the conversation that no one's really saying is like, it's not about how he's treating her. It's not about all of those outward things because no one's questioned it when he did it for his first wife. It's now you're in this whole black couple and she's ATL doing all she's Ciara. It's like that's a lot of black woman for a man who I don't think is really got the
he ain't got that balance, man. He ain't got that balance like you should. You know what I'm saying?
You make the assumption though, but there's gotta be
true. That is
she
true.
may be liking something different, but there are certain aspects about you that you can't draw. You telling me she went through all these hood dudes and there ain't a little bit of something like that in Russell? We may not see it because that may not be his outward appearance.
She might have brought it out of me.
But he listen. I'm talking about
she listening to no Ciara music while he's with that
getting what she wants, but she's
say that again. My bad, Lynn.
She might not all the way be
getting the.
It might not be because what she's used to is what she's used to. Yeah, but because he's satisfying those other voids,
that contract was made.
Then she's willing to compromise for what she's used to, what she's grown up being into. Yeah. And I think as a grown woman, you kind of got to do that. because you're not ever going to get 100% of what you prefer.
If you get 80%.
There you go. Like if you at
We was
least,
talking about that too.
and especially the simple fact that the voids that are being filled, they're positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's probably not cheating on her. You know, so that's saving her a lot of heartache. So just imagine if she wasn't compromising and she was with someone who he had the money, he had all the other things, and maybe he did treat her well. I mean, he's buying her stuff. Some people feel like that's being treated well, but he's cheating on her. He's having babies on her.
Yeah.
He's doing all of these other things. So I think with any relationship, there's got to be some type of compromise. Like it's never going to be, oh, this person has everything that I want.
Absolutely
Like
not.
it's never going to be that.
No, that's real. Cause we was talking about last year. I said, yo, if we could just get Family Matters, my boy, when he turned to Stephen or Carol joint, just that machine, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, add a little bit of this, you got everything you want. But no, I truly think just to end the conversation on this, like I kind of think he did have a reputation before Ciara. It just blown up a little bit more because of the platform and who Ciara is and what type of time she on R&B singer. Totally different from the white girl that was super excited when he got drafted and she looked like she won the lottery. And then, nah, baby girl, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just if it was anybody else, we might be having a different conversation. But it's Russell Wilson and what we saw beforehand. But unlimited.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna tell me, like, do you want a Russell or a Future? Square me.
Yeah.
But you have to go.
Give me a little bit there, though. I need a little bit of that head.
Yeah,
I need just a little bit of
I'm about to say, thank you, man. Act like
I will, because
y'all want to do ratchet stuff with y'all friends too sometimes.
I do want to
do a
if I have
Russell.
to pick between a Russell and a Future, I'm picking the Russell.
Got it.
However,
But you gonna take a little strand of that Future dread and put it
you
in.
know what I mean? I always say, like, if you had to, like, put me in a spectrum, it's just one. You don't want all of it. You just want a little bit of
that little dread. A little bit of that little dread.
It's like, I want a little bit of both. I want a man who can come in a room and be real dapper and, like, you know, and be like, oh, he looks like suited and booted or dressed really nice. Like, that'll catch my attention. You walk past in a nice trench coat and a good cologne. I'm like,
yes.
But I also love
trench coat.
I love when a man, it's like you walk in and you got some Timbs on and you look like you can stomp something. Like, I'm like,
girls love the thuggy. I ain't
I need it.
I don't need you to be all the time, but like one of my biggest things is like you have this and there's that other side, that little bit of that other side. Like, yes.
My girl said no onions on her burger, nigga.
You be real sweet and nice with me, but you just, everybody else, it's just we respect. Like, I just something about it.
Like,
Like,
I get y'all don't get.
Yeah, I get
everybody don't get
something that y'all ain't even never seen out of this person. That's what I like. Like, just give me the other side.
Who's versatile.
Yes.
Man, listen, for every
Can
dude
balance
chasing
it.
the hood rat, there's a chick chasing the inmate.
I'm not chasing no inmate.
That's real.
Not an inmate. No,
There's a whole show about being locked up and in love.
Oh, you know what?
I'm about to
Okay.
down or some shit.
I mean, that just brought me to something that I gotta just, oh my gosh, it's been on my spirit. Okay? No, y'all listen, it's crazy.
Nah, eyes, my nigga.
So, a week ago, there's this dude that we've been following each other on social media. And probably for years now, I just see his stuff. We like each other's stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he finally jumped in my DMs, right? Jumps in the DMs.
All right.
Take that leap of faith.
He did, and we exchanged contacts. We text, right?
Right.
3 days ago, y'all probably heard this story.
On the news?
Yeah.
No way.
The dude that killed the infant baby.
Yo, get the fuck
yo.
on.
That's him. That's the dude that been. Listen.
Yo, that is crazy.
That
so
is
I would tell
crazy.
you is that he was like hollering at a girlfriend of mine,
Mhm.
right? And I saw it on the news, and
No more
I was
cocaine Nike
like,
suits for you, Lena.
Listen.
No more
And, but what I
cocaine
was
white
seeing
Nike
online
suits.
is that a lot of women were saying the exact same thing. They were like, it'd be the dudes always in your
That's
DMs and your
insane.
likes, and you would
Yeah.
not And when I tell you I was like, dude's weird, dude's corny.
Right.
Like, he lied about the weirdest of things. Yes. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he was just someone that we were like around, but
That's crazy.
we saw that, I think it was Monday morning. I was teaching.
It was Wednesday when he got picked up on the 14th. Like he went to jail on the 14th. But it just was so crazy because we had been following each other, and he just a week ago, like this was literally the week before maybe days before, because if that happened on Monday, then he killed an infant baby, and I'm just. Look, it just been on my spirit like crazy. So when you say inmates, Jimmy, no inmates.
No inmates.
Was it a red flag? Was it a red flag in the DM?
Was it red flags?
Was it a red flag in the DM, or did it seem like a normal conversation?
No, he was normal. He ran marathons. He was doing real positive stuff based off of social media. But social media be one way.
That's why I met him as running.
He runs marathons, and it just seemed like a really positive type of dude. I would have never gave him my number if he was giving me any other time.
I got you. Yeah.
So yeah.
So there's different type of inmates.
Thank you, Jimmy. Clarify.
They're small, petty crimes.
Clarify, bro, because you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna give y'all my history, but I'll put like this.
Just be felonies.
That wasn't the type of guy I was. All right. I'm more so like, I hear about that stuff. That shit's just gonna make me like, I'm on your ass now. You know what I'm saying? Because this different type of inmates. All right.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna put y'all all under the same.
Let's understand.
Not the ones that's gonna do life. Not the ones that's doing life.
Yeah, we ain't doing none of that weird shit.
You might have a B&E here and there.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Respect. You can be a gangster and respect women. Take care of children. You know what I'm saying? You definitely could do all that.
Old school gangsters have rules.
You know what's
Rules to the
crazy?
game.
I'm not gonna lie, Jimmy, but like I've dated, like, listen, I've had the hoodest of them all. Like I had the ones, right?
The ones.
And I ain't talking about the ones that was the ones just talking it. They was actually doing it.
The ones.
They was
D-A,
doing
not
it.
T-H-E.
So
D-A.
that's what I was saying. Like he was one way with me, but to everybody in the streets, totally opposite. Like they didn't play with him. Like, but then he came home. He was so sweet. He was so, and I would watch him turn it off as soon as he got back around him, and it was like that's just who he was. And he wasn't.
It's
like he wasn't faking it. It's the same person.
It's the same person. No, he the same person. It's just he the same person. That's just it. What's your horoscope? What's your sign?
Gemini.
Okay.
Cancer. A July Cancer to be specific.
Cancer.
Gemini, that's the two-faced joint, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Sagittarius.
All right, I'm a Gemini too.
Okay.
And I understand that because like people have a fight or flight mechanism, right? My fight is super high. Sometimes it be too high. So I gotta kind of like turn it down. But I can hit that switch on you, you know what I mean? Like I am who I am, and I'm the same person all the time. What you evoke out of me is what you evoke out of me. You know what I mean? But that's like that. He was the same person to them too, because if he needed to show you love, he would show you that. Yeah. But not everybody.
Oh no, I saw it. I was doing it with him. We was I was Gemini out there. You knew me. Oh, Elena can hit the switch too. Elena, all I gotta do is hit the switch because I'm sweet to him. But switch is on now. Like
you evoke that out of me though. So they evoking that out, and sometimes you need to have that because
they gonna play with you.
They gonna play
don't.
with you. You can't let nobody play with you. You know what I'm saying? Period.
I showed a little bit.
Like y'all see one thing in front of you, and I tell people this all the time. Like people be feeling like I grew up with a silver spoon. Nah, I've been through what I've been through that put me where I'm at today. But I come from a place, and like what I come from, you'd never even imagine. But because I've come from it and I'm not going back to it, I mean, unless I absolutely have to, which only really would be if something with my child. But like, you'd never know. And I like that.
I don't look like what I've been through, and I shouldn't. And that's the blessing, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I always tell people, like I used to always be like, I went to Westfield City Schools, 1st grade through 12th grade. So I learned a lot that I think helped me get to where I am in corporate America. Right. I can code switch like no other. I know how to make people feel comfortable to a certain degree.
Sure.
I also know how to professionally check you.
Exactly.
Right? Where we'll be on the same page.
Per my last email.
Because why are y'all playing with me? And it's also, I was like, you could take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl, right? And my friends would be like, man, you're so funny because watching you in corporate America, like the running joke is like, how have you been there that long?
Man.
Do they know the real you? I'm like, they do.
They
like
do know
my middle name is Marnay. I'm like,
Period.
Marnay is who shows up. She has proof. She has tact. She knows when to say things and when not to say things. And she can handle really tough conversations and disrespect in a professional manner. But when I get to work and I tell my boss that Shigale has showed up, they're like, you let us know if you need us today. Everybody just leave her alone. Because that means I'm more than likely to really hurt somebody's feelings today. Because I don't got it. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to code switch. It's not going to be per my last email and be like, read forward, read it above, reach out if you have questions because you see it below, correct? Okay, great. Keep it pushing. So you learn skill sets, right? Of like who to do what around, how to be with other people. Like I'm pretty sure if I had people reach out to me from the clips that I posted on the podcast, right? Oh my God. Hello, this is the side, right? You've never seen that side because we at work. What do I look like talking about whatever at work? Or, you know, like my friends were like, I love how people get to see this other side of you that maybe they don't see as much on social media. And I'm like, that's just, I'm in a place of, as you get older, you get really more, like you get more comfortable being your true, genuine self. And you don't worry as much, right? About like, well, can I do this? Or will people accept me? You're just kind of like, I am what I am and I'm going to get to where I'm going to get to regardless of how people feel about it. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I do. I love me like a well-dressed person and you just got but you have to have a little bit of something, you know what I mean?
I need some edge to it. If it ain't got the edge and a little scruff.
My mouth is slick, okay? I got a slick mouth and I'll go toe-to-toe with a man. That's probably not the best thing about me, but I know me, right? Toxic traits, we talked about that last time. But I know me, and literally the guy I'm dating is like, you lucky I can fight. Because your mouth some days is just... It's not, you don't intentionally mean, but like you just, there's no filter sometimes. And he's like,
but he's Taurus, right?
I'm Cancer.
Cancer. Yeah, that too.
I'm a borderline Leo. I'm the last day of a Cancer right before they turn into a Leo.
So you on the cusp.
I'm on the cusp.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta
just
be a little something. You know, Salt Bay. Just a little something in there. Cause you gotta be able to.
For sure.
That's like where the super. Oh my fault, P. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say because you hit someone head as far as like you said you put clips out there, and you got people looking at. I ain't know this about you. This is different. This is a different type of side of me. I had brought up a question, and I would like to get your thoughts on it. Relationship or non-relationship, I feel like everybody been through things. So even if you're not currently in a relationship, you can understand what I'm asking. We on a platform, right? We podcast and we having fun. We talk about our lives. We do our thing from time to time. Can you really fully be a podcaster while you're in a relationship? Can you really?
Yes, I feel like you can.
Yourself, and with that, if something come awry in a relationship that you might have brought up, and the conversation hits home, how do you handle that? Like, how can you be fully yourself in a relationship and do this type of work that we do, that we enjoy doing? And can you accept the consequences that come with it?
I think it all boils down to the person you're with, like how authentic you are willing to be with them. Like if you authentic with them from the gate, then
Lady, you can't fly today. I'm sorry, bars. Yeah, we here. Okay,
but really, like, cause I'm coming. You gonna get me. Sure. At this age, you gonna get me.
Yep.
So I want you to get me before you know anything about a podcast. You gonna get me first, and I'm gonna be my true, authentic self. So I think a conversation should happen though. Like if you are on a podcast, because sometimes the topics are not there, and we are just naturally going into conversation.
Yeah.
So like when that's happening, anything can go. I mean, you can also choose to say, you know what, you don't even got to say it. You just don't talk about it, or you just don't chime in. But I do feel like a conversation can be had with your partner.
Okay.
To say, hey, what are you like? Just to have dialogue with them about like some things they might be uncomfortable with you discussing pertaining to your relationship with them.
Yep.
And then, you know, if you feel like, then you could give them your feedback and just kind of go from there. But true authenticity is important.
That's real. We going around the room today.
Oh. Yeah, you can have both. It's like she said. It's about how authentic you are with your partner. Like, you don't ever want to be on a platform or social media downing yourself out. People do it all the time for whatever reason. But if you real with that person, there ain't nothing they can dime you about. Honestly, there's probably this is what I don't like. I'm trying to better myself.
That part.
I'm rebranding myself as we speak. And Lane can attest to this. But people always want to talk about the bad shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? Or have done in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe they joking about it, but it's like,
I'm trying to
move on. So, hey, she know way worse shit than y'all ever gonna know. You know what I mean? So I'm down. But you got to be honest with the person you're with. That's the thing.
Sure.
A lot of people aren't honest with their person, and we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not on purpose. Maybe it's just because they feel like they can't be themselves or whatever. They're hiding this little bit of information in hopes of not losing the person they're with.
Okay.
So
before you chime in, Shaq, because you say sometimes, like, you being authentic with your person, absolutely. Like, now it's me talking. That's common fucking sense, right? Absolutely. Especially when you're trying to do certain things that may not be normal. Podcasting, Hollywood, music, writing, plays, whatever the case may be outside of the 9 to 5 realm. You know what I'm saying? But on top of being authentic with your person also got to understand who they dealing with too.
Right.
If you came in already being who you are into that relationship, baby boy, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do me. I'm going to handle my business. But like you said, Jimmy, this is the better myself.
Yeah.
This is the better myself and to put us in a better situation. I'm not just doing this for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really got goals and dreams and aspirations. And like we all kicked it and talked about before, how we wear many hats, right? Relationship, mom, dad, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, teacher, mentor, coach, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what you trying to do for yourself, if you're really on that righteous type of shit, trying to be who you are and better yourself, you understand that it's not just about you.
Right.
You understand that it's for your loved ones. It's for everybody around you that believe in you. It's for everybody around you that you take care of. So on top of being authentic with that person also got to understand who they fell in love with and who they dealing with.
Yeah.
Because from day one, we told you what the type of time we on. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it may be a different road. It may not get quick to the success as you would like it to be.
Yeah.
But remember, when we first got into this, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
So if a switch up happens, we may have to have a conversation because I'm not going to stop this because now you feel away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because in my brain or in whoever's brain, it's meant for all us to eat. So that's why I brought this up. You know what I mean? Because on top of being authentic.
I think it's about knowing. So I think sometimes the other person is like, I expected a level of transparency that you were going to give on this, whatever. And sometimes it just takes them back of like, wow, that was not something I thought would be discussed, right? So like, everyone knows me, like it knows my personality, right?
Yeah.
So like when I posted that I was on the podcast, they were like, that reads like this makes sense, right? This is like her thing. This is her kind of personality. And my ex-husband watched the podcast. Now remember, we talked about exes and I was like,
that's dope though.
I said, don't come saying
don't come.
And he said, I thought the podcast was dope. There's nothing that you said on that I wouldn't have expected you to say. And, you know, that it is what it is. Good, bad, or indifferent. You're telling your truth and your story. You're sharing it. And, like, it is what it is. Cool. I think you did a great job,
That's
right?
real.
Yeah.
And so, like, my friends have, like, shared the clips. And, like, I'm currently dating somebody. And it's kind of been, like, I did this podcast.
Mhm.
And he's like, I know. And he might just be different, right? I don't know. He's like seen clips of it. I don't know if he's watched the full thing or anything, but it's like, okay, cool. But you knew I was doing it. Everybody knew I was going to do it.
Mhm.
Right.
And I enjoy it. And if you have a problem with it, I guess you could tell me how you feel about it. But like, I'm not saying names. I'm not.
Right.
Right.
I am telling my life and what my
Yeah.
experiences
Right.
are, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not going and talking like, so I came up here to tell you about Jimmy's life today. We're going to talk like
Right.
that's not my place to talk about Jimmy's life, Elena's life, or your life. Like it's mine to share my experiences and what I think and my opinions and kind of go from there. So
Mhm.
I think that you can. But when we see people on social media all the time where they have a significant other, we know nothing about them. We don't ever see them.
Right.
Or if you know things about them, you've never seen them. So like they could walk in anywhere and people
Right.
would have no idea the stories that were told were about them or involved them. So I think it's that kind of level of like, hey, maybe I like that you do this. This is your world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somehow I get to keep a part of myself private if that's what they want. I think you
Yeah.
can kind of figure that out and go from there. But
That's
yeah, I think you can 100% because nobody wants half of something.
Right.
Like in this kind of world, like you don't want to come in and be like, oh well, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this because it's just
Yeah.
so
It don't come
real.
off
they don't really get
It's
to
not
know
authentic.
you
Yeah.
too.
And
Like
we don't come in with these like we not sitting here like, okay, so on today's topic, we're talking about
Right.
five.
Right.
Like we literally just be coming and talking and be like, hey, yeah, and the whole transition of the conversation just goes that way. So to your point, we don't know sometimes what we're
Yeah.
gonna talk
Exactly.
about.
Exactly.
And so it's like I don't have a way to prep you like,
Right.
hey, dear, we're gonna
Right.
talk about these 3 things.
Right.
And just to give you a heads up. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think as long as we're like, if you do have a significant other, even when it comes to like family and friends, like if they do come up in some of the topics, like just being respectful. Cause I'm gonna tell my story. And I know Jimmy, sometimes I've been like, cut that out, cause this person's gonna watch it. But it's more because I want to make sure that I'm being respectful
For
to
sure.
that
Yeah.
person
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're confiding in me about things.
Right.
And if it looks obvious that like damn, confiding her ass in.
Right.
She done told this nigga, she done told the damn whole podcast.
Over picking the phone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I'm good. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna
Right,
get a
yeah.
text and be like,
For
Oh,
sure.
word?
I didn't know I
did you
told
tell them that?
everybody?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'd be so really only time I ever ask you to take something out is
Yeah.
if I'm like, dang, I'm
Right,
divulging
right,
this
right.
information and I care about the person.
Yeah.
But like if I don't care about the person and I don't really have no type of a relationship,
Mhm.
then I mean there's some more stuff that I've said and I've been like, well, if they see it, they gonna see it.
It is what it is.
Right.
So, so I definitely think that it's doable though.